About $17 an hour. That's what PayScale says the average low volt tech makes. While recruiters, they're showing you the job posting that says 30 bucks or something. Both numbers are real, and the gap between them is the biggest lie in this entire career. It's not the pay, it's not the demand is real. The lie is what the job actually is your first 2 years. And nobody's selling you a low voltage program will say it out loud. 30 years on job sites, and I've watched the new guys show up in clean polos expecting a tech career, and I've watched what their faces look like 6 months in. Up in a ladder somewhere, 100-degree ceiling. I stayed quiet back then, but not today. Even if you've already signed up for a program, this video can still save you, especially Section 4. The ladder they hide from you is on purpose. Tack weld that like button for me, guys, and let's get into it. Oh yeah, real quick, I've put together a totally free 2026 blue collar resource guide. It's got links to getting started in union jobs, free apprenticeships, and grants to start up your own business, and much more. It's totally free. It's my gift to you. Just hit that link down in the description and grab your free copy today. And while you're at it, tap that subscribe button for me, guys, the notification bell. It's also free, and it helps us bring 3 fresh new videos to you every single week. I sure appreciate it. Now let's go. Let's start with the number one problem, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. If you were to look up low pay voltage technician right now, PayScale would say around 17 bucks an hour. Glassdoor says $28 an hour, or 58 grand a year. Salary.com, they say the average is north of 65,000. Indeed splits the difference, about 27 to 28 bucks an hour. It's the same 3 words, low voltage technician, right? The numbers are $40,000 apart though. Now, those sites aren't lying, but the job title is lying. Because the low voltage technician isn't one job, it's 5 or 6 completely different jobs wearing the same name tag. The guy pulling the cable through a ceiling for a staffing agency, low voltage technician. The guy terminating fiber in a data center for 38 bucks an hour, low voltage technician. The guy programming excess control panels, the service tech running a van, the foreman running a crew of 8, every one of them on paper is still low voltage technician. So when a trade program or recruiter shows you the average, they're showing you a blender. And they dump that $17 cable puller and that 6-figure control guy into the same picture and hit puree. And here's the part that matters for your wallet. When you sign on with 0 experience, you're not getting hired at the blender number, you're getting hired at the bottom of the blender. 15 to 20 an hour entry level, almost everywhere in the country right now. In a metro like Kansas City where I'm at, the figure 17 to 19, that's more accurate to start. It's the real number, and the work you'll be doing for that number, that's the part nobody puts in YouTube videos or Instagram reels. And this brings us to what year 1 actually looks like. And if you're picturing a cush job on a laptop or something, buckle up. So here's what they sold you: a tech-forward trade, smart buildings, security systems, networks. It's the future. And here's what year 1 actually is. It's construction. Your first day, nobody hands you a laptop, I can promise you. They hand you a 2,000-foot spool of Cat 6 and point at a ceiling grid somewhere. Your job for months, sometimes a couple of years maybe, is pulling cable through ceilings above the grid, where every panel you lift drops fiberglass insulation into your eyes and down in your collar to hit your sweat. I'm talking about crawl spaces on your belly, up and down ladders or scissor lifts 200 times a day, fishing wire through walls, drilling fire stop penetrations, labeling 400 cable ends until your fingers cramp up. It is honest work, I'll give it that, but I will never insult honest work. But let's call it what it is. It's physical trade work. It's construction adjacent labor. The polo shirt doesn't survive week 1, and the guys it hits hardest are the exact guys this career gets marketed to. IT guys, help desk guys, career changers who wanted a hands-on tech job. They left a desk expecting Ethernet and got insulation. Nobody even warned them, so half of them quit inside the first year. I've seen it over and over. And the industry just reloads with the next batch of brochure believers. And while we're telling the truth about year 1, here's the cost nobody puts in the pitch. The toll isn't just low wages, it's gear. Most shops expect you to show up with your own hand tools, and that list adds up fast. A decent set of Klein hand tools, snips, a punch down, strippers, drivers, you're into a couple $100 before your first paycheck at least. A toner and a probe set so you can find your own cable in the ceiling full of everyone else's mess? Call it 80 to 150 bucks. A real cable tester, even a basic one, is 100 bucks, and the shop's fluke you'll be drooling over, it costs more than your first month's wages, so just stay away for a minute. A cordless drill, if they don't provide it, Milwaukee or M18 setup, it runs 200 plus. You got boots, you got headlamp, you got knee pads, because your knees are about to develop their own opinions. All in, figure $600 to $1,000 of gear inside your first 90 days. On a $15 to $20 wage, plan for it or it's going to plan for you. One more inspection check while we're here. Plenty of outfits want you driving your own reliable vehicle between sites, and some pay mileage while others conveniently forget to. Ask before you sign up, guys, because every dollar of this is survivable if you saw it coming. The guys who get blindsided are the guys who only read the brochure, which by now you've noticed is the theme of this entire career. I've watched this trap eat guys in real time. When I was running projects, we had low voltage subs on almost every job. Data, security, fire alarm rough-in, and the pattern never changed. The new guys came in expecting the brochure they were handed, right? And they hit ceiling grid. And if you could watch the countdown start behind their eyes, it was rough. The ones who made it, they weren't tougher. They just knew something the quitters didn't. And that's exactly what Section 4 is about. But first, you need to know why the lie even exists, because it's not an accident. So cut through the noise for me for a second. Lies this consistent, they don't happen by accident. Somebody's getting paid here, right? So follow the money. Stop number 1, trade programs. A low voltage certificate program runs 6 months to a year and they need enrollments. Tech career, no degree needed. Fills seats every time. You'll pull cable and ceiling for 18 bucks, does not. You know what I mean? So stop number 2, staffing agencies. A huge slice of entry low voltage work runs through staffing outfits that bill the contractor 30 plus an hour, your labor, and they pay, 17 to you. That gap between those numbers is their whole business model. The rosier the pitch, the fuller their bench. Stop number 3, guys, the contractors themselves. They need a steady supply of cable pullers because the churn is brutal. Nobody in that chain gets paid more for telling you the truth, so they don't. Now stack the second trap on top, the certification catch, 22, the pitch says no degree, no license, easy entry, and then you find out the certs that actually raise your pay want documented filled hours. You can't get certified without hours. You can't get the good hours without being the guy they already trust. So new guys sit at the bottom, uncertified, pulling cable, wondering when the tech career starts. And here's the sequence that actually breaks the loop. So write this down, guys. The first move, OSHA 10, about 100 bucks, 1 to 2 days online. It's not glamorous, but it moves your resume up the stack before you have a single field hour, because it tells an employer you won't be a liability on day 1. The second move, pick employers by their training, not their wage. $1 more an hour at a staffing agency is a trap. $1 less is a contractor that does fire alarm, access control, and fiber and will put you next to do that work. Third move, log everything. Every system you touch, every hour from day 1, those hours are the currency that buys your way out. Speaking of the way out, it's time, the ladder. Because here's the twist this whole video's been building to. The biggest lie in low voltage isn't just what they tell you about year 1, it's what they don't show you about year 3 and beyond. There's a pay ladder hiding behind that $17 job title that runs all the way into 6 figures once you see it. This trade flips from a trap 1 of the fastest cheap entrances into real money in the trades. But that's section 4 and it's coming up next, right after this. You know, one thing I've learned after decades of working around hardworking people, most folks aren't afraid of putting in the work. They'll spend 30 or 40 years building a career, saving for retirement, and trying to do everything the right way. But here's the part a lot of people put off, making sure all of that hard work is actually protected. Because the reality is, most retirement accounts are still heavily tied to the stock market. So when the market takes a hit, your retirement could take one too. Now, I'm not saying you should move everything, that's a personal decision, but a lot of people are at least looking into whether having a portion of the retirement backed by physical gold makes sense. That's why I partnered with Augusta Precious Metals. What I like is they don't press you into anything. They take the time to explain how a gold IRA works. They answer your questions and help you decide whether it's a fit for you in your own situation. If you've been thinking about protecting what you've spent a lifetime building but just haven't looked into it yet, now's probably a good time to get informed. Click the link down in my description or text JV Charles to 35052 to get Augusta's free guide. I've done my homework on Augusta before recommending them, guys. They are the best overall gold IRA company 4 years running, and that's why I'm comfortable pointing you in their direction. Learn how it works, ask your questions, and make the decision that's right for you. All right, welcome back. Section 4, the ladder they don't show you. Here's the game-changing reality. The job title pays mediocre. The ladder above the job title pays serious money. And the reason nobody shows you the ladder is that the bottom rung only stays full if you can't see past it. So look at it. Rung 1, cable puller, 15 to 20 an hour. This is the toll booth. Everybody pays it. Your only job on this rung is to get off it fast. Rung 2, installer/technician. 2 years or so, terminating, testing, trimming out devices. It's about mid to high 20s an hour. This is where those $28 glass door averages live. And rung 3, and this is where the lanes split. So pick one on purpose. Lane 1, fiber. Splicing and terminating fiber optic cable is precision work. The demand is relentless, and fiber guys in data centers market, they pull about 35 to 40 plus an hour. And data centers are exploding across the Midwest right now. They're building them from Kansas City to Des Moines to Columbus as fast as concrete cures. Lane 2, access control and security. Card readers, cameras, door hardware, panel programming, stuff like that. This is where the work turns into a tech job where you originally promised from the start. You know, with a laptop, software, and systems thinking. Lane 3, fire alarm. If you watch this channel, you already know NICET certs, inspections mandated by law, recession-proof paychecks, right? Low voltage experience walks right into it. Lane 4, building controls and AV integration. Programming heavy, brain heavy, and specialists in high-end integration. They bill 55, 60 bucks an hour in the right markets. And above all the lanes, rung 4, foreman, right? Around 98 grand a year. Low voltage project manager, 113 bucks a year. Or your own C7 style of contractor license in states like California, and you book your own business. Now run the math backwards. From 17 an hour to 6 figures, the whole climb is maybe 5 to 7 years, and the entry cost was a $100 OSHA card, not a 4-year degree and 80 grand of debt. That's why I keep saying the trade isn't the lie, the brochure is the lie. They showed you rung 3's paycheck with rung 1's job description, and they let you fall into that gap. You now know that gap exists, so step over it. Pick your lane in your first 6 months, whether it's fiber, security, fire alarm, or controls. And aim every hour you log at that lane. The guys who climb aren't the ones who waited to be promoted. They're the ones who told the foreman where they were headed and made themselves annoying about it. They learned the hard way about the truth. Nobody plans your career on a job site, ever. The plan is yours or it doesn't exist. Now fellas, let's turn that ladder into a calendar, because a ladder you can't schedule is just a poster, right? So here's the 24-month escape plan I recommend, month by month. Month 0 through 6, you're on the spool, and that's fine. You're not there to pull cable, you're there to study the building. Learn what every cable feeds. Volunteer every termination, every rack build, every task that isn't pulling. Knock out OSHA 10 in a week 1 if you haven't already, guys, and pick your lane by month 6, whether it's fiber, security, or fire alarm, or controls like I talked about before. It's just based on what your shop actually touches. Month 6 through 12, make your lane loud. Tell your foreman in plain English, I want to be your fiber guy, and then act like it. Buy the study guide. Take the entry cert your lane offers. BICSI installer level for cabling and fiber. NICET level 1 for fire alarm. Manufacturer trainings for access controls, and most of them are just a few $100 or free through the vendor even. And make sure and log every hour, every system in a notebook or on your phone. That log is your resume. Months 12 through 18, you should be terminating, testing, and programming more than you're pulling. If you're not, if you're still full-time on the spool at month 14, that's a shop problem, and your logged hours are now your ticket to a shop that will use them. Loyalty to a cable mill is a donation. Months 18 through 24, stack that second cert. Take the service calls nobody wants and start saying yes to the lead tech tasks. I mean the paperwork, the customer walk, the closeout docs. That's foreman DNA, and the foremans get built 2 years before they get named. Follow that calendar, and by month 24, you're mid to high 20s an hour tech with a lane, certs, and a logbook, while the guy who started with you is still waiting to be noticed. It's the same start date, just different operating system. One more lie. This one's a lie of omission, and it might be the most expensive one in the video. In all that low voltage content you've watched, the programs, the recruiter pitches, the calendar blogs, social media, how many times did anybody say the word union? Almost never. And here's what they skip. The IBEW, the Electricians Union, has low voltage certifications, sound and communication, installer technician tracks depending on your local. It's the same cable, same ceilings, same job description, except the union side comes with negotiated wages that typically run well above the non-union entryway. I'm talking about a real pension, health coverage, and a structured apprenticeship program where the training is the job instead of something you beg for. The non-union side of low voltage is one of the lowest paid corners on the trades. The union side, the same work is a career with the floor under it. So there it is, guys, the biggest lie in the low voltage career, dead on the table. The salary averages are a blender. Year one is construction, not IT. The certs are gated behind hours nobody even mentions. The six-figure ladder is real but hidden, and the union door got painted right over. You now know more walking in than most guys learn in 3 years of pulling cable. You know the toll, you know the lanes, and you know the 3 questions, and you know the ladder's there. So picture yourself 30 months from now, off the spool, in a lane you picked on purpose, whether it's fiber security or fire alarms or controls, with logged hours, a cert or 2 on the truck, and a wage the brochure guys will never see because they were still waiting for someone to promote them. But here's your next problem. Maybe low voltage isn't your lane at all, and the real question is, which trade fits your body, your timeline, and your bank account? Well, don't worry, because I've got you covered there too. Check out the 2 videos I recommend right here on the end screen, and check out all our videos here on JV Charles TV. We've got a bunch of killer videos on all kinds of blue-collar jobs and blue-collar side hustles. This industry is absolutely booming. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm JV Charles. I'll see you on the next one.